another U.S. bank that has been taken over by the FDIC. I want to shed some light on what's going on here. Now, so far in 2023, mostly as a result of the unprecedented rate hikes, there have been major bank failures, including Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic Bank, as well as Signature Bank. And now we can add to that list Citizens Bank of Sac City, Iowa. Here's the official press release from the FDIC website. We're going to read a couple of highlights together. Citizens Bank, Sac City, Iowa, was closed today by the Iowa Division of Banking, which appointed the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, as receiver. The two branches of Citizens Bank will reopen as branches of Iowa Trust and Savings Bank on Monday during normal business hours. This evening and over the weekend, depositors of Citizens Bank can access their money by writing checks or using ATM or debit cards. As of September 30th, 2023, Citizens Bank had approximately $66 million in total assets and $59 million in total deposits. In addition to assuming all of the deposits, Iowa Trust and Savings Bank agreed to purchase essentially all of the bank's failed assets. The FDIC estimates that the cost to the Deposit Insurance Fund, or DIF, will be $14.8 million. The first thing I want to do here is make a very clear distinction between this local bank in Iowa with just two branches, Citizens Bank of Sac City, and the difference is huge between the national banking chain Citizens Bank, which is worth north of $12 billion. This bank is completely fine. There is nothing going on with the national Citizens Bank and the FDIC. This only affects these two branches in Iowa and that particular bank. Now, the reason I'm being so specific here is this confusion has led to a couple of people making content surrounding this bank's failure and people misinterpreting that.
Hopefully you do not do business with this failed institution now. This is the failed bank list, and Citizens Bank just collapsed. November 3rd, 2023.
Now, I'm not going to speculate as to whether or not there was a motive here behind people spreading misinformation, especially because of the potential for a name mismatch with tons of people using Citizens Bank. There's been 5 major bank failures. This has people on edge, and this has led to videos like the one I'm about to show you garnering tens of thousands of views, even though it can be totally debunked.
So I'm not trying to freak people out, but I'm a little freaked out myself. Today was my payday. My check never came through, which is really odd. I've had the same bank for years. Nothing has changed. I've been working at the same place for almost 10 years now. So my boss texts me and she says, it's an issue with the Federal Reserve.
And while this does sound unnerving, a simple visit to the comments here will show you that a bank employee themselves responded. This got hundreds of likes, and they basically said it was a glitch at the clearinghouse level, and there was nothing to be concerned about related to banks, paycheck deposit, etc. My advice to you is to be extremely careful about any information that you're getting on TikTok, especially if it's financial related. What I want to do now is wrap up with a short lesson on what actually happens to a bank when they're taken over by the FDIC, not because it's ever likely to happen to you, but just so you can learn something from this situation. First of all, when a bank fails, like we've seen happen a couple of times this year, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation is going to step in. And once the FDIC enters the equation, they're going to do one of two things. The first, the most common, and the preferred process is that the FDIC is going to facilitate the sale of the FDIC-insured deposits to another healthy bank. In the case here of the Citizens Bank of Sac City, deposits were assumed by Iowa Trust and Savings Bank, another FDIC-insured bank, and this one is totally healthy. Think about it this way. Smaller, riskier banks are often absorbed by larger ones because larger banks are less likely to fail. It's relatively normal, it does happen, and it's truly nothing to worry about. Even if you are a member of that particular bank, there's still no reason to worry. All that's happening here is customers of that bank have been automatically switched over to this other bank here, the Iowa Trust and Savings Bank, and even right now, their deposits are accessible by check or debit card through that financial institution. Now, the only other scenario here with the FDIC is if they're not able to find another healthy bank that wants to purchase those banks' assets. At that point, they would mail out a check to insured depositors for up to the insured insured amount deposited. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this overall, and if you did enjoy this current event type format, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for future videos just like this one here. Thanks so much for tuning in. Click below to watch the next video, and I'll see you there.